Well, our print publishing season is just about done for the year for Flagstick Golf Magazine. We are already gearing up for 2010. And because of that, I headed down to the Turning Stone Resort Championship on Tuesday, September 27th. We're doing a feature in 2010 on the life of tour reps, tour equipment reps specifically. These are the guys that work for manufacturers and help out the players. Two of the reps with local ties are Sean Mullen from TaylorMade and Gavin Robertson of Acra Golf. Started out the day over on one of the putting greens, just hanging out with Jason Bone and talking to him a little bit. In one of my blogs this week, I talked about some of his comments on the new groove rules. He's got some new grooves in play this week at Turning Stone. And it's a very casual atmosphere around Turning Stone, especially on a Tuesday, which is a practice day, and there's no spectators allowed in until Wednesday. I caught up with Sean here a little bit later. We were out on the driving range with Charles Howell III, just seeing how he was doing. Again, you'll see by the clothing for the players that it was pretty cool out. There's just 4 tour trailers on site this week. Usually there's anywhere from 10 to 13 from the different manufacturers, but with the next event happening in Las Vegas, a lot of the tour trailers are on the way there. The equipment manufacturers do tend to work a lot together as far as their Pro Tour services, so even some manufacturers like TaylorMade, for example, the reps were able to make use of some of the things in some of the trailers for, if they needed some grips or things like that. They didn't obviously have their full complement of services available. These are some photos from inside the Callaway Tour trailer. They were testing some new hybrids with some of the players, so that was pretty popular. They're also putting together a lot of wedges and irons this week just because they had a lot of new grooves that players were testing. The USGA was on site this week providing some data and feedback for some of the players. So a few other random shots of some of the other tour trailers. The Cleveland trailer was very busy with their technicians. They have a large team out on tour, and they were doing some work with a few players. As you'll see here, Woody Austin was one of them, and the 3 guys in the black sweaters right behind where Woody are their actual technicians. They were working on some new drivers for him. Here's a shot of Lego, who's Paul Ogring, who's the TaylorMade tour manager, and he was actually, his good buddy is Robert Allenby, and they were taking care of his clubs and doing some things for him with Gavin Robertson. That's the new Pink trailer. It's been out on tour for just a few months now. Their trailer was totaled earlier this year. So there's just a wide shot of the Titleist Tour trailer, the Pink Tour trailer, and the Callaway trailer, and you'll see the common cars. This is Michael Allen's golf bag. Michael's got a neat thing he's had on his golf bag for a few months now. It's invented by a friend of his. It's actually a TV screen that goes in the main pocket of his bag, and it allows for rotating ads. And his caddy Mike, they were joking they're going to try to start streaming Wi-Fi TV onto that, so maybe they could watch the football games on Sunday. Just a random shot again of on the range. This is actually James Driscoll's bag in the foreground, and that's Mark Terniza in the background, just kind of yelling and heckling at guys. As you'll see, there's a lot of sitting around waiting on the range, especially with not a lot of guys there. That's James Driscoll's caddy on the left, Lego Paul O'Green, and Sean Mullen on the right from TaylorMade. Just a shot down the range, a few random guys just kind of hanging out, and as you'll see, it's not very busy at all. It's cold. A lot of players did not want to practice, and I mean, they were even joking about hitting 6 irons, 137 yards. It's Matt Kuchar on the right. They have a very strong field this week at Turning Stone, despite the fact not a lot of top 10s in the world. There's a couple of tour reps there. Sean Mullen's actually hitting a couple balls, which he probably shouldn't be. Greg Owen, the player in the foreground. Nick O'Hearn was down at the end of the range and working on a few things and complaining about how cold it was. So not a big surprise as far as Aussies thinking it's cold. That's Sponge on the left, caddying for Robert Allenby, who's hitting balls there. Sponge was the caddy for Michael Campbell when he won his U.S. Open, and Gavin Robertson from Acra Golf is there in the gray. They were working on some new fairway wood shafts for Robert Allenby. He already is playing an Acra die match driver, and he was trying to work in some new shafts. And just to finish off, we have just a wide shot of a couple of the holes there at Turning Stone. Thanks for watching our slideshow.